My parents didn't come to my wedding, but my little sister did something I'll never forget. Posted in R/true off my chest. I, 28F, got married 3 months ago, and it was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. But it was also the day I realized just how broken my family really was. I grew up in a pretty strict household. My parents were traditional, and when I say traditional, I mean their word was law. My younger sister Emily and I were raised to follow their expectations. Good grades, no dating, no opinions that didn't align with theirs. For a long time, I tried to be the perfect daughter. I studied hard, went to college, and got a stable job. But I also fell in love with someone my parents didn't approve of. His name's Daniel. He's kind, hardworking, and the most genuine person I've ever met. The only problem? He didn't come from the same status my parents wanted. When I told them we were dating, they lost it. My dad said, "You're throwing away your future for a nobody." And my mom stopped talking to me for weeks. When Daniel proposed 2 years later, I knew what would happen. They told me point blank, "If you marry him, don't expect us to be there." I cried that night, not because I doubted my choice, but because it hurt realizing my parents would rather lose me than accept the person who makes me happy. Fast forward to the wedding day. Everything was beautiful. Daniel looked nervous and excited. My friends were smiling, and the venue was full of people who truly cared about us, except my parents. They didn't show up. But then, just before the ceremony started, I saw Emily walk in. She was wearing a soft blue dress and holding a bouquet that matched mine. I ran up to her, and before I could say anything, she said, "I know Mom and Dad are angry, but I'm not missing my sister's wedding." She hugged me tight, and I completely broke down. Having her there meant more than I can describe. Later that night, during the reception, she pulled me aside and handed me a small box. Inside was a silver bracelet, my grandmother's. It was supposed to be a family heirloom that my mom said she'd keep for a real wedding. Emily said, "Grandma would have wanted you to have it." I cried again. And for the first time that day, they weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of peace. After the wedding, my parents didn't contact me for months. But then, last week, I got a letter from my mom. It said, "We may not agree with your choices, but we saw the pictures. You looked happy. Maybe that's enough for now." It wasn't an apology, but it was something. And honestly, that day taught me that family isn't just about blood. It's about the people